Hello everyone, it's Cyberhero Coach Cynthia. Today I'm going to be discussing about agentic AI and AI agents in general. Have you seen document posts or even heard conversations about AI agents and agentic AI, and it sounds confusing and sometimes you're even lost? Stay with me so you can have an understanding on what agentic AI is all about. Let's go straight into it. Can you remember your first prompt? Who else was excited in 2024 when we used ChatGPT? It looked very strange, like it looked like something from the unknown, something impossible. Generative AI like ChatGPT, DAL-E, where you can just type a prompt and you get response back on information or create an image as well. So that is what generative AI is about based on large language model. But most complaints were about generative AI giving wrong information sometimes, like hallucination, biased response, all. But now there's a shift towards agentic AI. And before the shift towards agentic AI, we have AI agents. Now we are seeing lots of information about agents. AI agents have been here for a very long time. AI agents are basically agents that can communicate with your environment and give response, from as a simple AI agent like a chatbot in your organization to advanced AI agents that can manage cybersecurity, that can manage inventory in your organization. AI agents move from simple reactive based agents to even advanced agents that can collaborate, plan, and even reason. So that is what AI agents is all about. Now, let's go a step further to see the phases of AI agents and the trends in which you get from being an AI agent to becoming agentic AI. I would like to put this forward first. Just have it like a theory for now, that not all AI agents are agentic, but all agentic agents are AI agents. Not all AI agents. A simple chatbot that just answers frequently asked questions is not an agentic AI, but it's an AI agent. Not all AI agents are agentic, but all agentic AIs are AI agents. So let's talk about the phases. Let's just go round memory lane, the road to agentic AI. The first one, I call it the rule followers. How many of us in school, when we are younger or even in school, we just follow the rules? Once the teacher says yes, you say yes. Once the teacher says no, you say no without questioning. That's basically the first stage. These are rule followers. For a good example is your vehicle parking sensor. It beeps when it gets close to an obstacle. It's just reactive based on a particular trigger. It doesn't communicate. It just knows that once I get close to an obstacle, I should beep. Basically, that is the first stage. The second one, I call it the smart helpers. This is the period where we started seeing robotic process automation, AI automation came into play. And when we started seeing chatbots all around, organizations deploying chatbots, the smart helpers are able to fetch information from your knowledge base. So what do I mean by knowledge base? For example, you have a chatbot in a real estate company, and the chatbot can go ahead and search for information. What is the name of this real estate company? Or what products do you sell in these companies? These are just simple questions, but it cannot reason, neither can it plan, or can it give you the number of stock available. It's just fed based on the knowledge base or the database that has been used to build that chatbot. So that is the smart helpers. Level 1 and level 2 are more of AI augmentation and AI automation phase. These are AI agents. From level 3, this is where we started to see being able to reason, collaborate, plan, and use context properly. This is where agentic AI started from. The first one is I like to call it digital employees to make it relatable. Imagine that employee in your organization who is all techie, that knows how to use every technology tools in your organization, from the printer to the laptop to everything, to set up your teleconferencing meeting and all. So the digital employees, these are agents that can use APIs, use tools to get information. And they are also very contextual. They understand context. That is one thing about the digital employees. This is where we started seeing a phase of agents that can actually plan towards a goal. So they are goal oriented. An example of an agent in this phase will be a logistic agent. Basically, the agent manages the inventory of your organization. It easily knows when inventory or stock goes low or stocks are high. It quickly alerts whoever is in the organization to enrich the stock level of this inventory. That is what the digital employees are all about. The next one is the AI team players. Here is where you see agent to agent communication, agent to human communication. There is collaboration, reasoning, adaptability. In this place, you can have different specialized agents working towards a particular goal. Let's say, for example, you are in a retail store. I'm going to use that. I think that is one of the most simpler example. You have agents deployed in the retail store. You have agents that are managing the inventory, the stock level. You have agents that are attending to customers. You have agents that manage report complaints. You have an agent that is analyzing data based on customer retention, and all these agents are all communicating together. It can be like another agent, like a supervisor agent, orchestrating or managing the communication between these AI agents. This is where you call them the team players. I like to call them the AI team players. This is this is where you see multi-agent collaboration. The next stage, which is the highest stage, is autonomous collaborators. That's what I call it. So the autonomous collaborators they can work independently. They do not really need any human in the loop to be able to manage the process. They also learn from experience. If there's an error or a feedback, the next time they do not make that same error. They learn, they can reason and act immediately, and as well as collaborate with other agents. It goes from a phase. They take the characteristics of level 3 and level 4. They can make use of communicate with tools, communicate with APIs, and all to make work easier, and also with little human intervention. Now, you have a trading stock agent that manages your stock for you and knows when the market is high or when the market is low. Autonomous collaboration at the highest peak of agentic AI. From the level 3 down to level 5, this is where you see what we have, what we call agentic AI. Level 1 and level 2 are just simple AI agents that are based on tasks and rules. That is why I say that all AI agents, all AI agents are not agentic AI, but all agentic AI are AI agents. So what you can see here from level 1 to level 5 are AI agents. But level 1 and level 2 are just simple AI agents. And level 3 to 5 is where agentic AI starts from. It starts planning, it starts reasoning, it starts acting, and it starts collaborating. Basically, that is what I call the road to agentic AI. The next is, we've talked about AI agents, agentic AI. It's making wave across sectors, diverse sectors, too numerous to mention, from the health sector to the technology sector. In the technology sector, you can deploy agents for cyber security purposes, from managing policies, managing vulnerability. In the retail sector, I gave an example of using agents for your customer service, for managing inventory, and lots more. What about the finance sector? You can use these agents, have specialized agents, maybe for even opening accounts, conducting verification of members, opening these accounts, checking account balances, checking status of accounts. What about in the health sector, where you can just have agents that track patient management or patient admission, even another agent to check their vitals? All these are use cases that AI agents can become very useful, especially when we even move to the advanced stage of agentic AI. We'll be seeing lots of information about agentic AI because it's relatively new. You'll see diverse information about agentic AI. Now that I've explained about different phases of AI agent, let's talk about a simple flow for an agentic AI. Basically, it starts with an input and gives you a result. Agentic AI communicates with the environment. It can be just a user putting an input or a prompt requesting an information. It then utilizes the large language model, which is the brain or the AI model. But for it to get verifiable information, it also makes use of other agents or knowledge base and tools to be able to give you accurate information, which becomes your result. So that is what the agentic AI simple flow is all about. Now that I've given you those simple flow, let's try and now look at the reference architecture of agentic AI. It starts with, it can be a trigger from your environment. When I mean a trigger, maybe stock is low and the agent gets triggered, or it can just be a prompt. Once it is imputed, it first gets information from the foundational model, which can be your large language model, or even models in different modes. Maybe it can generate audio, videos, and text. Then for it to give you that accurate information, there's a process called retrieval augmented generation, where it has to get information from different sources and tools and ensure that those information are put together. The next is the orchestration agent. The orchestration agent is basically the one that manages communication between agents, planning and controlling controlling different agents. Let's say you have diverse agents for different specialized purposes. This agent is like the middleman, or just like we can say the project manager that manages other agents. These agents rely on memories, short-term memory and long-term memory. For example, let's say you ask the agent for an information. It maintains that context, that current information, the context, the recent information, and can also go back to history. Let's say you ask the agent for something last week and you ask that agent back. It can always go back and retrieve that information. That is for persistence. That is the long-term memory. Orchestration agents, collaboration agents, they all communicate by using tools. Action. This is where you have APIs, plugins to different tools. It can be plugins to your application, plugins to your software, plugins to your database. It communicates through those plugins. And there's something now we call the model context protocol, which is the MCP. Just like you have the USB port C charger, this is like a standard for every developer. Whoever wants to develop like an agentic AI, you can easily use that standard to plug into different tools, connect to APIs and all. The next one is, I like to call it guardrails. So here is where you have safety and policy in place to ensure that any information that is returned by the agent is accurate, fair, and as well, it is not biased. So you have to put these guardrails within your agentic AI, and then you have your information back from the agent. This your agent can be as simple as your co-pilot or an application agent that returns back the information. Now we can see the agentic AI reference architecture. Basically, AI agents is here to stay, is advancing towards becoming autonomous, where we may not even need human intervention. The thing now is everyone needs to have like an understanding on what agent is all about, because who knows, even your next co-worker may just be an agent. You have to have understanding of AI agents, agentic AI, the way it works. So I hope I've been able to make it a bit simple and not too technical. And I hope you've been able to understand that not all AI agents are agentic AI. AI agents is just the umbrella word for all agents and agentic AI agents. I hope you had an understanding about agentic AI. So next time when someone is talking about AI agents, agentic AI, or retrieval augmented generation, model context protocol, it doesn't sound strange to you. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. Bye.